The 2026 Grammy Awards just gave us one of the most absolutely unhinged red carpets in recent history. I'm talking about looks so bad, so confusing, that the internet is still not over it. So let's get into the 11 most talked about fashion disasters from music's biggest night. Number 11. Addison Rae wore custom Alaya that was so confusing, people thought she put it on backwards.
Addison, can I get the front right here?
The gown had this extremely deep U-shaped neckline that went all the way to her navel, an asymmetrical skirt that exposed the underlayers, and proportions that just didn't work, and she spent the whole night adjusting it with fashion tape. Glam magazine went in on this one. Addison Rae looked like an IKEA table at the 2026 Grammys. Maybe she wanted a dress that could hold her Diet Pepsi? They said IKEA table. When your custom Alaya gown gets compared to furniture, it's time to reevaluate. You can afford the most expensive designers in the world, but apparently fitting the dress properly was optional. Number 10. Jamie Foxx wore a Louis Vuitton houndstooth suit that looked like a paint store exploded, paired with a towering tan top hat that was competing with the suit for attention.
Can I get a clock? Yeah.
The suit had tan, brown, blue, orange, yellow, burgundy, basically every color that should never be together. And the hat said, "I'm the main character now." There were too many colors to appreciate the pattern. His suit and statement accessory felt like they were fighting to be the focus of his look. But wait, there's more. Jamie also had that viral moment where he introduced his kids to Chappelle Roan, while she was in a dress held up by not much. Bored Panda quoted, "I'm sorry, did he just introduce his kids to her with her entire out? Excuse me, kids, I'm gonna go talk to the lady whose dress is hanging from her rings." So let me get this straight. Your outfit is fighting itself for attention, and you created a separate viral disaster. And when your own daughter looks visibly unimpressed, you know you messed up. When there's that much going on, the outfit becomes the whole story, and not in a good way. Heidi Klum in a nude latex body mold dress by Marina Hermansieder, and this was a choice. The dress was crafted from a 3D cast of her actual body, lacquered to match her skin tone with hyper-realistic anatomical sculpting and raw edges. Technically impressive, visually traumatizing. I'm sorry, but why? This just is ridiculous. Is that a bunch of Kraft Singles cheese slices? Heidi comfortable with being uncomfortable. People compared her Grammy dress to cheese slices. The comparisons range from mannequins to deli meat. Klum couldn't sit. She took tiny steps all night. The dress was so impractical, it became performance art and not the good kind. Heidi Klum is known for her elaborate Halloween costumes. She treated the Grammys like another opportunity for shock value. And sure, it's unforgettable, but for all the wrong reasons. When your dress makes people physically uncomfortable and ends up on every worst-dressed list in existence. You can afford any designer, any concept, any vision, and you chose to wear a latex replica of your own body that looks like it escaped from a medical textbook. When your dress gets compared to cheese slices and deli meat, that's not art. That's just Heidi doing anything for attention. Number 8. Lola Young, this British newcomer, decided her first Grammys was the perfect time to show up in a tracksuit. But this wasn't just any tracksuit. This was a Vivienne Westwood army green tracksuit covered in children's toys like rubber ducks, stuffed animals, mushrooms, the whole kindergarten starter pack.
I don't know what I'm going to say because I don't have any speech prepared. Obviously I don't. It's messy, do you know what I mean? I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
Young explained that the toy prints represented her lyrics about childhood and vulnerability. But if your outfit needs a full TED Talk explanation just to make sense, you've already lost. Glam magazine literally said, "Is that the mascot of Jack in the Box on her shirt?" Like, they really compared her Grammy look to fast food branding. That's brutal. The punk Vivienne Westwood vibe was obvious, but the outfit missed the mark. Instead of making a statement, it looked like someone showed up to the Grammys in a designer tracksuit and forgot where they were. Number 7. Shaboozey won a Grammy and celebrated by wearing half a tuxedo and jeans.
All right, listen, what are we going for tonight? I kind of go, you cap, Shaboozey, yeah, what's that? What's going on?
Man, I'm doing good. I just got here, a long night. We've been partying and celebrating all week, because if you're here, you got a lot to celebrate about.
Traditional black tuxedo jacket and vest on top, faded blue jeans, and a Western belt on the bottom. The look was supposed to symbolize his genre-blending identity. Formal recognition meets country roots. Beautiful concept, but terrible execution. The list dragged him with. Shaboozey looked like some kind of off-duty old-timey train conductor. Business Insider said, the elements of his Grammys look didn't quite work together. A different hat or darker jeans may have made the outfit feel more cohesive. In a year when men showed up in sequins, skirts, and bold experimental tailoring, this man wore jeans to the Grammys. Not even nice jeans. Faded, casual, I might go to Applebee's after this jeans. You're winning awards and the outfit looks like you got dressed in two different rooms. The symbolism is great in theory, but on camera, it just looked like a wardrobe malfunction. Spend all that money on Ralph Lauren just to look like you couldn't decide between two outfits? Incredible. Number 6. Kehlani showed up in a sheer black Valdrin Sahiti gown with intricate cutouts and beadwork, another version of a look we've seen at least 100 times over the past decade.
I'm having a karaoke party after. There's this really fun party in New York called Girls Love Karaoke, and I'm doing Kehlani Loves Karaoke as my theme for my party. So we're gonna have fun.
The craftsmanship was undeniable. The dress was couture, retailing for around $2,800, but it felt too familiar to make much of an impact. Kehlani later admitted she regretted not incorporating more color. Her only pop was her signature plum lipstick. Reddit didn't hold back. She is gorgeous, but I don't like the mesh. It's smooshing one of her boobs. That hole in the middle makes this a bit too figure skating costumey to me. Kehlani won 2 Grammys that night, and nobody's talking about it because the dress was so predictable it put people to sleep. At this point, showing up in jeans would have been more memorable. Congratulations, you played it so safe, you became invisible. Number 5. Ali Wong wore Chartreuse Vivienne Westwood, and it just didn't work.
Ali, darling. And Ali, that's back of the dress. Beautiful. Little more.
The corseted bodice overwhelmed her petite frame. The short train felt awkward, and the color was so bold it demanded a cleaner execution than this delivered. Nicki Swift absolutely destroyed her. Ali Wong definitely needs a new stylist. They continued after this and the monstrosity that was her look at the 2025 Golden Globes. It might be time for Ali Wong to consider firing her stylist and hiring a new one. When the press starts telling you to fire your stylist, it's no longer a review, it's an intervention. The color demanded attention, but the dress barely showed up. After 2 red carpet disasters in a row, maybe it's time to pay attention. Number 4. Kesha returned to the Grammys after 7 years in a white feathered off-shoulder gown with an extended train, and she wore it barefoot.
I really wanted to look like Athena.
Yeah.
Been really inspired by Athena recently, and I wanted to give freedom because this is my first Grammy weekend as a free woman.
The dress symbolized rebirth, freedom, and ownership of her music after years of legal battles. The meaning was powerful, but the execution, well, not so much. Fans absolutely went there. She arrived to vacuum the carpet. What's my tampon doing there? Does she have enough gel in her hair? The dress was so densely feathered, it obscured her entire shape. Being barefoot made the whole thing look a little saggy, and the train just dragged along the floor, making the outfit feel messy instead of dramatic. The symbolism is beautiful. You can have the deepest meaning in the world, but if people are comparing you to cleaning supplies, the message got lost. After 7 years away, this was the big return. The concept deserved better execution, and Kesha deserved a dress that matched the power of her story. Number 3. Miley Cyrus wearing Celine, and this outfit was giving nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Miley down here.
Miley, straight ahead of you, please.
Miley.
Balloon-style black trousers, a cropped leather jacket covered in oversized gold MC brooches, black patent heels, and the vibe of someone who just came from a board meeting. The outfit came straight from the runway without any alterations because Miley immediately loved it. Here's what the internet had to say. Board Panda collected these gems. It's giving Hunger Games. It's giving Hannah Montana 2026. Miley looks like a zombie extra in a horror film. And you know what makes this even better? Miley paired this whole look with Aquazzura heels. When you're known for being one of pop's most fearless stylists and people are comparing you to a zombie extra, something went horribly wrong. You've got all the money in the world and this is what we get. The outfit looked like it was actively draining her personality. Number 2, Tate McRae in custom Balenciaga attending her first Grammys, and she chose this. A strapless black top, a heavily deconstructed skirt made of limp fabric strips just hanging there, lifeless, long black leather gloves, and intentionally messy hair. The whole thing screamed conceptual fashion, but delivered industrial accident. McRae later admitted she was uncertain during fittings, but trusted Balenciaga's reputation. That's the problem right there. She let the brand name do the thinking instead of asking, does this actually look good? Online fashion communities absolutely destroyed this look. The fabric had zero movement, zero life. The gloves just made the whole thing feel heavy and awkward. People were asking if she rated a construction site before the show. When you're at your first Grammys and people can't find a single elegant moment in your outfit, that's not edgy. That's a miscalculation. She trusted Balenciaga's reputation instead of her own eyes, and that was a big mistake. Number 1. Darren Criss in a lace tanner Fletcher suit with dramatic silk sleeves and a ribbon bow, painted nails, and cream loafers. The gender-fluid risk was there. The intention was clear, but the execution was totally flat. From far away, the lace looked boring. Up close, it felt more like a stage costume than fashion. Criss was hosting the premiere ceremony, and this was his first Grammy nomination. The moment called for impact. Instead, we got whatever this was. Some people praised the risk. Most people just felt underwhelmed. When your big fashion moment is this, you didn't take a risk, you just missed.